Hey guys, we are back with week 8 now of the GBA. I can't believe it's week 8 already. It has really been a very fast-paced season, and of course, I am the coach of the Melbourne Rotoms, and we have not really done nearly as well as I would have liked to in the last couple of weeks. Last week was a very close game, and yeah, I wish I had a little bit more prep going into that one because I felt like I was definitely out prepped, and then my play wasn't exactly that great either. The week before, I definitely feel like I just regressed in terms of play overall, and I meant to make some free agency changes. I don't think there were any changes I wanted to make for this week in particular, so that doesn't really matter too much, but there's still, I mean, this is week 8 now, so there's still 4 more weeks after this, and making the playoffs is still definitely very possible, but in order to do so, I definitely need to be able to win these last couple of games. So, of course, we are going up against Gatr, who I believe is actually in the top of his division. My schedule definitely has not been easy throughout the course of this league, that's one thing for sure, but can't really complain too much about that. And yeah, Gator's 5-2 right now, so, you know, he's definitely the favorite to win in this, but I'll definitely try to give him a challenge. And as always, I'm just excited to play more. But yeah, you can tell I'm definitely suffering from the weakness of running the same sets and Pokemon over again. I feel like they are pretty strong, and last week was the first week where I felt like I was limited slightly because of my sets, and that was just because I didn't prepare enough for Toxapex in particular. Still feel like these were definitely like the overall best Pokemon to go with in this match, though. So Gatr pretty much brought most of the things I think I expected him to, which is a good start at least. So the main question is who I want to lead with. I'm actually thinking of leading Cortana this time around because Cortana puts on pressure against a lot of the things that Gatr has. Mimikyu is also an option though, as it always is. The more I think about it, the more I might just go with Mimikyu actually. Yeah. Since I am Jolly, I'll be able to see how fast, like whether he's gonna have anything with Scarf, since this should outspeed everything on his team, theoretically. Yeah, Klefki is there more for utility. I did bring Defog this time on my Pelipper, specifically to deal with potential spikes from Klefki. I think that gets access to spikes, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if I can keep the course of Rain up, like, for example, you can see Ludi has an incredible matchup against Levany, the Azumarill. There's just not many water resists, so I feel like type-wise, I have a pretty decent matchup, but I just have to play it well. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Mimikyu as the lead, and we're going to get into week 8 of what is now the GBA. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching the experience. Sorry that some of the uploads have come a lot later. Yeah, but I really, yeah, honestly, I wish I had a little bit more time in the sense that I thought I'd be, like, super free at least the last couple of weeks, and things were just a bit hectic after I got back from Australia because of exams, and then I'm playing in Anaheim Regionals. I guess by the time this video goes up, I will have already competed, so we'll see how I did. It's going to be the Levany lead here, though, from his end. So I'm going to double check what that does exactly, since I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, definitely a Pokemon I'm not too familiar with. Sticky Web, I know it gets access to that. 92, base 92. Sashed, Leaf Storm. Okay. I could just go for a straight attack right now, because if it's Sashed, then an attack plus a Shadow Sneak will finish it off, presumably. Yeah. I wonder if he has, like, HP Electric, HP Fire on this, because presumably he led this against to counter Pelipper. If I can knock this out, that would be good, because it would pave the way. This is probably the biggest threat to my Swampert. So I'm just going to do the calc against Levany. And I am faster, because I'm max speed. Play Rough really doesn't do that much. So maybe I should Swords Dance. Yeah, Play Rough plus a Shadow Sneak. Actually, Play Rough plus Shadow Sneak comes pretty close to getting the knockout. I'm just tempted to Swords Dance turn 1. I'm going to Swords Dance. Let's see what it goes for. So he's staying in. That's not too surprising. Electro Whip. Okay. That's fine. Shouldn't be able to knock me out, I think, right? Yeah, so he did have an electric type attack. Electro Web. I'm just gonna calc Leaf Storm. I don't think it would knock me out, but I'm not honestly sure. Yeah, it shouldn't. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to Shadow Claw, because then a Shadow Sneak will finish it off. Maybe I should have conserved Mimikyu a little bit more, but I honestly didn't think Mimikyu was that great in this matchup to begin with. The only thing it really helps out is maybe against Buzzwole. So I'm fine with trading it here for the Levany, just because, like I mentioned, it is a major threat to my Swampert. My computer is dying, so I'm going to go plug it in. Whoops. Oh, this charger is tangled everywhere. Oh, it's just, what is that, sticky web? Okay, that's fine. Because I can, get rid of it with defog. Okay. So, now I can just Shadow Sneak it. Which is good. Yeah, that makes sense why you led with it, because of the Electro Web. I'm just going to Shadow Sneak here. If he switches out, so be it. I'll get some free chip damage off, force the Levany to swap out, and I do have rocks on this Swampert as well, which I could potentially get up eventually. Pretty decent start, that's for sure. Okay, he stays in, so he just sacks it off, so Levanie's gone. So, who do we got to face against now? Heatran. Wait, he didn't bring Heatran, sorry. Mammo. Buzzwole. Klefki. Surprised Crobat nor Miltank made an appearance. Azu and Mega Altaria. I guess in retrospect, yeah, like the Mimikyu actually maybe could have provided more utility than I thought. He ended up bringing, like, I expected Crobat and Miltank to make an appearance in this set, to be honest. So I was kind of surprised not to see either of those. But they are relatively passive Pokemon. So, like the team that he ended up bringing is rather hyper offensive against me. So we got a good start. Definitely got a good start. Let's see how we can utilize it now. Yeah, I mean, I also haven't been able to talk too much about the GBA in general, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I'm definitely performing below how I wanted to. I was pretty happy with the first 4 weeks. Like, I feel like I was really learning, and I was ready to, like, really take what I had learned and, like, start winning the next couple of weeks. But I feel like I still haven't really played extraordinarily well, and hopefully I'm still finding my pace. But you know, I joined the league with like a couple of goals in mind. One was just to go 500, so if I want to do that, I actually do have to go 5-1, I believe. Sorry, no, we have 12 weeks in total, so 4-1, which is still a tall task, that's for sure. And it's gonna be Mega Altaria coming in, which does have Cloud9, so I'm curious whether he chooses like not to Mega Evolve to conserve the Cloud9, because that could be interesting. Part of me is contemplating switching out, because then I can bring it back in. I'm gonna check how much Life Orb. It's Z-Move right now. No, I don't want Z-Move. Play Rough does a ton, but it doesn't knock out. But it could be worth conserving Mimikyu specifically to deal with Altaria, because I can just defog the stuff away. What is Altaria's moveset? What could it do against me? Could just go for something like a return. Could Dragon Dance, which I'm slightly worried about. I don't really want to switch in freely into anything. So maybe I sack the Mimikyu here. Let's see how much +2 Shadow Sneak does. Okay amount. I mean, presumably he just attacks you. You kind of have to. So I could go for Shadow Sneak for chip damage, or I could try to be cheeky and just play rough, because, like, do I really need the chip damage? I think I'd probably prefer the chip damage, just because it puts it in Ice Beam KO range, probably. Yeah, I'm going to Shadow Sneak. Okay, so he does Mega Evolve, which is good. Cloud9 was something I was worried about, so now at least, like, you can't reduce the effects of rain. But it makes sense, right? Because if you're going to stay in Cloud9 form, alright, that means you give up your Mega Evolution, which means your damage output's significantly reduced. Alright, Shadow Sneak did just under 50%, and there's a Frustration. Yep. And that will get the knockout. That's fine. Now I can bring in Pelipper. Yeah. Gonna check whether it gets any electric type attacks or not, other than HP electric. Just HP electric. So the question is whether I'm like, how scared I am of HP electric right now. Because I don't have, like, my team doesn't resist flying at all. Oh, sorry, not flying, it's fairy, pixelate, yeah. Yeah, like, the best switch-in is maybe Ludi. Maybe Ludi's actually worth going into here. I just don't want to lose rain immediately. I should be able to take an attack from this. I'm gonna calc that actually, just to be sure. I might not take it, the more I think about it. I think I'm decent. I have some bulk. So even if it's admin max attack, I should survive. I really do want to scout out for the defog, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna switch into Ludi this turn. So I'll see if it has HP electric or not. There's Sticky Web, yep. Just frustrations. Which makes me think it doesn't have it. Okay, yeah, I survived. Nice. Ice Beaming is so obvious here that I want a Hydro Pump, because I feel like you don't sack the... You don't sack this right now. He could have gone to a Zoomer as well, so like part of me wants to contemplate Giga Draining as well. I am Life Orb, so I will faint here. I really do want to Giga Drain. I mean, your switch-ins are either Klefki or Azumarill. If he switches in Klefki, I'd faint from Life Orb. I do get Pelipper in, so I can defog. So that's honestly fine. If he switches in as an Azumarill, like I'm contemplating whether to Hydro or Giga. I don't think I want to Ice Beam here. Because I think you also want to conserve the Altaria for... Although, actually nothing, like, Swampert could just start coming in and Earthquaking out, which is interesting. I really want to Giga Drain. Who do I think's coming in here? Who would I switch into? Klefki is probably the safer alternative. Oh, I don't even have Hydro Pump, I have Scald. Because of that... If I weren't... Yeah, I think I want to Giga Drain here. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, he does switch out. Is it a Azumarill coming in? That would be amazing. No idea what that is. Oh! Yes! Baller. Oh, but it's Sap Zipper! Okay, that is a really cool tech. Felt so good for a moment. I could switch out, but I honestly want to just sack Ludi, I think, and maybe go for a Scald. Gives me a burn chance, and I get a free switch into Swampert. And he has nothing that resists Earthquake. Nice switch, though. Felt so good there for a moment. Sap Zipper Azumarill is really interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that was a super, super safe switch. Probably brought it specifically for Ludi. Burn would be nice, but can't really complain too much. Do I get it? Oh, I do get it. Okay, so I'm gonna faint. Sap Zipper. Is that AV then? Whirlpool. I don't even know what that does in singles. Lefties as well. Whirlpool. I think I'm going to Pelipper here to defog. Yeah. So, gonna defog here. Clears the way, also makes Kartana's life a little bit easier. I don't know, I really do feel like I've got a good matchup here, so let's see if I can pull it out. This Azumarill set is certainly not what I expected, I'll say that much. But it makes a lot of sense. Could be a Parish Trapper. But I have U-turn on this, so I could just swap out. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to defog this turn, because I have a relatively safe opportunity to do. Getting rid of the Sticky Web would just be nice. Some insurance for the later turns. Now, this does mean that I can't Leaf Blade this Azumarill, but I do have Smart Strike on my Kartana as well as EQ and Hurricane. So, and with lefties, it's not like consistently healing back. It's not like you can rest. Or I guess it could be rest lefties. But yeah, he's just going to swap out. And it's going to be the Altaria coming back in? Yeah. Shiny Altaria is really pretty. So there's Defog. Yep. I mean, he didn't HP Electric last time, so I kind of want to just U-turn here, because I'm bold, so I should survive a frustration pretty easily. I'm going to U-turn here, yeah. If he does reveal the HP Electric, I'll be very sad. So we'll see. Because if not, this would put me in a pretty good spot. I would get Swampert for free. I can just start clicking Earthquake. I guess me... Oh, he just Roosts. Okay, that's fine. So it has Roost as well. It's good to confirm that. Huh. How much does Smart Strike do against this Altaria? Ooh, he just gets the knockout with... I'm Adamant, by the way, as well. So I think I'm actually going to go into Kartana here. Yeah. Now, he's got to be worried about the Z move, so presumably he's going to swap out. Nothing really switches into Smart Strike safely other than the Clef Key. Could be worth conserving my Z move here, though. You could go into something like Buzzwole as well. I just think it probably swaps out here. Smart Strike's still neutral. Well, Smart Strike's neutral against the entire team, actually, because Klefki's Fairy. Yeah, I'm just going to Smart Strike here. He doesn't really have a great switch in. He swaps out, but that's fine. Out into a new Pokemon, I believe. Yep, that is Klefki. See how much that does. Lefties. Alright, I want to check what Klefki can do right now. I could stay in, and I could just go for an all-out pummeling. I'm just worried about getting a Thunder Waved. Klefki. All pummeling comes pretty close to knocking it out. Looks like he's at, what, like 60%? So I have a good shot at knocking it out. I just think Shirley has Thunder Wave. Like, this could be an opportunity to switch into Swampert now. Yeah, I think I'm going to capitalize and go into Swampert here. If he HP grasses, like a Kartana, that's a brilliant play. Could foul play me as well, though. Oh, he reflects. Okay. That's a good move. Lefties is set up, but now I could potentially get Rocks up. I could also just EQ. I think Altaria probably comes back in here. I'm gonna see how much I do against Altaria. Like, surely Altaria comes in. I think I might still just Ice Punch. I think 2 Ice Punches will come close to knocking it out. EQ still does a pretty good amount too, though. I do want to conserve Swampert, though. Swampert's really my main win condition, I think. I just don't think Rocks honestly helps me that much in this. You just, like, could get rid of potential Sashes. Although, if I do expect Altaria to come back in, what I could do is just hard swap out into my own Kartana again. But with Reflect Up, I won't be able to knock it out. I'm gonna Mega Evolve an Earthquake. Yep, there's a switch. Yep, there it is. The Roost is the one really annoying thing. If it didn't have Roost, that feels super good. Could have Ice Punch there. Yeah, I suppose Klefki's probably not staying in there most of the time. Like, really any time. Unless it's just trying to go for a cheeky foul play. But I will get an Earthquake off. Now I can reset the rain by bringing in Pelipper again. That's around 40%. Yeah, it seems like a... And Reflect is up. Yeah, I don't think an Ice Punch will knock out. It's actually really close. I think I should reset the rain right now, though. Yeah. Kingdra is also incredible against this team overall. I really do want to Ice Punch this turn, but I think it's better just to keep Swampert healthy. I don't know, honestly, though. Like... Let's see. Oops. Yeah, actually, I won't knock it out with a Ice Punch. I think I should just switch out, yeah. Reset the rain. And stall out Reflect turns. Reflect is a really good tech. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of switching into Kingdra. And I can see why he prioritized knocking out Mimikyu now, because yeah, Mimikyu's matchup against Altaria is quite nice. Basically, I think I'll win the game if I can knock out Altaria, because then Swampert can just start clicking Earthquake, especially after Reflect expires. I think right now my goal needs to be to stall out this Reflect. A Smart Strike will also knock out Altaria if it's like at the range that it currently is at. Maybe I should have switched into Cortana. That would have been a good switch, actually, yeah. So I wonder if he just Frustrations again, because if he does, I could just swap out into Cortana directly. I think I will, yeah. Just worried it goes for like a Flamethrower. That'd be really bad. I just don't like the idea of giving up Pelipper. Really ever, but especially right now. Because, like, Kingdra and Swampert beat Mamoswine, Buzzwole, Klefki, and Azumarill. I think, if anything, I probably should have just switched to Cortana last turn. He roosts. Okay. So now the question is whether he has Flamethrower or not. Regardless, I think I'm just going to Smart Strike here. He also could be scared of a Z move, but unfortunately I did not. I used the Fight Z move instead of the Steel Z move. Yeah. I think I'm still just going to Smart Strike here. If it has Flamethrower, then I trade Cortana, but then I get a free switch into Kingdra, which is really good for me. It's the last turn of Reflect as well. And if he swaps out, that's fine. Because anything he swaps into, a Smart Strike plus an all-out pummeling will get the knockout. He does swap out. Okay, I'll take that. And it looks like it's the Klefki coming back in. That's fine. Actually, I don't know if all-out pummeling knocks out at this point. Reflect does wear off. This could be an opportunity to go back out into Swampert, though. Maybe even Kingdra here. I'm gonna do the calc on all pummeling. Cortana against Klefki. That's admin. And Z move. All pummeling is pretty close. It might be worth just to use it here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Yep, there's a Reflect, that's fine. The only downside is I do show him what my Z move is here by using it. Maybe it would have been better just to keep him guessing and just go for another Smart Strike. But it would be nice to get rid of Klefki, because that just, you know, gets rid of Reflect for the remainder of the game, and that's really important for Cortana and Swampert. Oh, I actually don't get the knockout. That sucks. Okay, well, so now my question is whether he has Thunder Wave or not, because if he does, he might go for it, so I'm thinking of switching to Swampert. But he could foul play me as well. But the thing is, if he were to let me knock him out, that would give me a Beast Boost, which I don't think he can afford right now. Yeah, I'm going into Pert here, I think. I was really hoping that would knock out. That would have put me in a really nice spot. The Calc is close. Oh, he just swaps out. Okay, that's fine. Into something new. And that's Buzzwole. Okay. That is a Z-move user, potentially. Only got 3 turns of rain left. Don't really have a great switch in. I might just Waterfall here, to be honest. If he Z-moves me, so be it. I get the switch in into Kingdra. Because Kingdra can also close out this game for me. Against everything, really. Kingdra plus Klefki plus Rain setup is pretty good. And if I flinched here, that would be incredible. Oh my god, that did nothing. How bulky is this? It's toxic. What? That Waterfall literally did, like... Jeez. It's Lefty's Buzzwole. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I'm going to pull the hard switch into Kingdra here. I'm Spexed. Rain is still going to be up for another turn. Forces him to swap, more or less. Wow. He has definitely come prepared with these sets, man. Toxic Buzzwole, Azumarill, Sap Sipper. Makes sense. I think that's how he needs to approach this matchup, because if he went full offense, I would just outspeed him. But that Buzzwole took that like a freaking champion. Alright, so Kingdra will come in. He might Toxic again. Lunge. That does so much. Sheesh. Okay. Well, it's the last turn of Rain. But I do get an opportunity to get a pretty huge attack off here. The only question is what I want to go for. I'm leaning... I really do want to Ice Beam for the... I mean, I'm Specs. I just don't know whether he expects that or not. But he's been playing relatively safe with the switches. I'm just going to Calc against this Buzzwole. Rain, Hydro Pump. Yeah. Specs Hydro Pump will obliterate it, so surely he's got to swap out right now. I'm leaning towards Ice Beaming here. Yeah, because if I caught the Altaria on a switch in, that'd be incredible. That might just knock it out, maybe? It depends on how bulky it is. I'm gonna Ice Beam, though. If he stays in and calls it, he's a god. Okay, he swaps out. Show me Altaria. Maybe Klefki, but I'm fine with that. What is this again? It's a Azumarill. Okay. Not the best, but some chip damage. Yeah, which means now I can go back out into Pelipper. This bulky Azumarill is a pain, though. Alright, Reflect wears off, which is good, but it just means he could potentially set it up again. So he's really stalling me out slowly, but surely. I'm gonna go to Pelipper here. Ooh, what a doozy. Okay. Go on to Pelipper. Set up Rain again. Azumarill, don't think can really do too much. Worst case, maybe knock off. Maybe just play Rubs. Important thing is just conserving what I have healthy. I think basically in order to win this game, I need to call one of the switches and then switch into something instead of making these relatively safe passive predictions. Because he's got a lot of good opportunities to switch out. Now it makes special sense like why you wanted to get rid of the Mimikyu, because Mimikyu looks really good against like such like bulky and passive Pokemon. Because he's playing the stall game at this point, basically. Which makes total sense. I'm going to swap out. I know this is lefty's Azumarill with Sap Sipper, so it's not going to be doing any offense, especially against a Bold Pelipper. By bringing in Pelipper, I also... Because Klefki is pretty heavily damaged, right? So I can knock it out after one more hit and eventually stall out the last Reflect. Presumably it'll set up. But Azumarill actually swaps out too, so nice switch. You're going to go into Habog. What is that? Mamoswine. Okay. What do you do here? Probably just Ice Skull Crash. This could be Scarfed. I want to switch out into Swampert. I probably think I should. Yeah, I'm gonna go out into Pert. That was a nice switch. Pretty safe, too. Because, like... Yeah, he can maybe tell him specs damage from that Ice Beam. I'm not sure. Oh. That's so ugly. Kartana would have been the best switch in there, but honestly, like, that's a tough bargain. That's not good. I'm gonna go into Kingdra here. Super safe play there. Yeah, I'm very freeze dry weak. If he's sashed, this could be a disaster for me. I want to click the Hydro Pump button, because that might still two-shot Altaria in rain if it switches in. Yeah, it does. So I risk missing, but it honestly might be the better move to go for right now, because I'm playing from behind, so I really need to start getting damage off. But if this is Sash Mamoswine, I'm really screwed. I'm thinking it might be Scarfed. If it's Sash, then yeah, I really should have set up rocks earlier. Maybe I should have done that just for peace of mind against this. I mean, Specs Kingdra destroys everything on his side right now in the rain, as long as I hit them. Surf could have been a more consistent option, but I'm worried about the Azumarill. Like, I need consistent, strong damage output. Alright, let's see. It's taking a while. So maybe if he's Scarfed, which I thought he might be, then it's still definitely very doable. Because Kingdra can really just sweep this game. But he's had a ton of tricks up his sleeve so far. It was probably better just to sack Pelipper in that spot that I was in just now, though, to have two of my Rain Sweepers for the remainder of the game. I should be making Kartana bulkier. I'm always just so afraid to switch it in, and that should not be the case. Kartana also could potentially... Oh, he actually swaps out. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna guess that's not Sash then. It is gonna be the Klefki coming in. Okay, so he's just sacking it, and I do hit the Hydro Pump. Okay, so Klefki's finally gone, which means no more Reflect. Ooh. 3-4 now. Doesn't look amazing, doesn't look awful either. Yeah, ultimately I think I really need to be swapping out for something. That's a bulky, safe switch in, because my team is just so aggro and offensive. Ferrothorn could be an interesting option. Would have performed decently here. I just, yeah, I was really expecting, like, offensive Z-Buzzwole. I'd imagine he goes into Altaria here. Which means I could just switch into Kartana. It's a Azumarill coming in, though. Interesting. How much does Specs Hydro Pump do against this? We also... I don't know that's full moveset, because Kartana's the obvious switch in right now. I mean, Hydro Pump really does do a ton. But I can't, like... If it does have Play Rough, like, that would really just screw me over. I think I have to pull the switch into Kartana here. Unfortunately. I really wanted to consider Hydro Pumping, but if he has Play Rough and I lose Kingdra, I lose the game instantly. Wow, he has Rest. Okay. Boy, do I wish I had Sword Stance right now. Although, I would think you just go back into Buzzwole. So Rest. Sap Sipper was such a smart tech against my team. I'm gonna Smart Strike here. We'll see how much it does against the Azumarill. He swaps out, actually. Okay. Into Buzzwole, probably. Yeah, I was so close to switching out into Kingdra there. Let's see how much this does. Presumably nothing, because this seems so defensively tanky. He might just lunge again. That could put me really close. I might just Smart Strike here. Yeah, I want to scout out for what he does. Last turn was an opportunity to capitalize by switching out into Kingdra, which I think I should have. Yeah, I mean, I was so worried about Play Rough just because, yeah, he's, like, super defensive, but if he has Play Rough and he goes for it there, I lose. So I didn't want to risk it. Swords Dance would be super nice to have, but unfortunately I don't have it. He goes for a Drain Punch. Okay. Oh, this Buzzwole is just giving me so much pain. How many turns of Rain are left? This Cortana could sweep against Mamoswine, Altaria. It one-shots both of those. Yeah, Azumarill the tricky part. Like, I feel like I kind of have to switch into... Yeah, Drain Punch power is slightly less. I think I have to switch into Kingdra here, honestly, which is so bad for me. But I think I gotta go for it, yeah. And I need to really hope that this does not knock me out. Yeah, I really should have switched into Kingdra that last turn. That would have given me a lot of momentum. Okay, so that's Roost as well. Honestly, I'd prefer for it to Roost there. Surely it switches out here. I would go into a Azumarill. I just don't have anything against this Azumarill. And I don't want to switch into Pelipper. I'm gonna go for this. Oh no, I clicked Draco. I meant to Surf. Doesn't matter too much, but the chip damage is nice against Azumarill. Unless he stays in. But Draco is not the optimal play there. I'd be shocked if he stays in. Yeah, I feel like switching out into Azu is just such a safe play. I really can't counter. So yeah, I really wanted the chip damage with Surf. Reset the Rain and then bring Kingdra back in. And like surely we see Azumarill or Altaria come in right now. Because both of those take water type attacks pretty well. And I don't have much counterplay. Yeah, he swaps out. Ugh. I think that's Azumarill? Yeah. Little gnarly strategies. Really well done. The Sap Sipper is basically the biggest thing. Like, that was such a smart tech against me. Because, especially with Rest. Like, without Rest, I'm fine. Like, I'm totally fine. But with Rest, you can just heal back all this damage. Alright. This might be my last cycling of Rain. We'll see. Shame I had to misclick there. He's going to take his first turn. Oh, no, he's going to swap right back out. In... What is that again? Altaria. Which means it's probably bye-bye time for Pelipper, unfortunately. I'll Hurricane to see if I can get a Confusion, but surely you just click Frustration here to get the knockout. I'm trying to think how I could have played this game better. Conserving Mimikyu could have been helpful. Tough to know that given his sets, though, like coming into this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, that was really good prep, I would say. Having an electric type would have been nice, specifically. And I guess that explains the Mamoswine pick, too. Ooh, Tailwind, actually. That's a really smart play. Okay. Can I get a Confusion? That'd be nice. Nope. That might just be sweep time now, then. Depending on how fast this Altaria is. So Pelipper feigns. It's all on a Kingdra now. Pretty much. If this is Jolly, I'm screwed. I mean, I didn't have any counterplay there really either, I don't think. Oh man, he probably outspeeds me, to be honest. I'm gonna Hydro here though in case he swaps out. But I don't even know if I'm faster. See if he stays in or not. Ideally he swaps out and goes into like Buzzwole. That's best case scenario. But he would definitely want to Azumarill, I think. Yeah, I was kind of curious about the team comp looking at it because I was like, oh, I have a great matchup. But he teched incredibly well with Rain, against Rain. I feel like he's definitely had one of the best game plans going into this with his Pokemon choices than most of my opponents. So, yeah, no surprise to see him at the top of the league. Yeah, I really wish I didn't misclick earlier, though, because if I hit a Hydro against the Azumarill earlier, then 2 more Hydros would have finished it off. That was just really bad on my end. Too used to VGC where you can cancel out your plays after, or when you lock in for the first Pokemon. Alright. I mean, this turn will pretty much decide the game. We potentially could end the game right now. And, yeah, this is definitely time for me to go back to the drawing board, because... I don't know, he definitely, I thought I had one of the better matchups against him, in just terms of Pokemon, and he brought some really cool techs. Okay, he does swap out. So, it is going to be Buzzwole coming in. Okay, please hit. Okay. That should knock it out. Okay, that's a start. Nice. So he's got to be scared about the speed, but Mamoswine, if it's Scarf, can now just come in and click Earthquake, which I think is what he's going for. Yeah. I'm presumably it's Scarfed. Or just faster. And unfortunately for your boy, I don't have any counterplay. Even if he's not Scarfed, he probably outspeeds me. Yeah, I think I just lose here. Yep. Oh, well played. The Freeze Dry on the Swampert, that was bad. The Reflect, excellent tech there. Talon does peter out. But, you know, if that's not Scarf Mamoswine, Kartana actually could pull this off. Which is crazy. But I think it's Scarfed. I can't tell for sure because my Kingdra's slower, but I'm just going to click Smart Strike and we'll see. I think he's Scarfed. But if he is Scarfed, why not just have stayed in earlier in the game? Oh, I guess he is. Huh. Interesting. So, yep. Confirm my suspicion. Good game to Gatr. Definitely very well played on his end and very well prepped. I don't feel like the prep necessarily beat me. Or sorry, no, I should rephrase that. The prep definitely beat me. But, like, with the tools I had, this was definitely still a very winnable game. I really needed to call some of the switches a little bit better, though. And, yeah, Klefki, not knocking out Klefki with all-out pummeling was just so sad. Because if I get that knockout, I feel like that gives me a fair amount of momentum. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think he just came in with a much better team. And if I was able to, yeah, I mean, I guess I could have switched out into Kartana. But if I sack Kartana, then Kingdra just comes back in. Yeah, I can click Hydro Pump, but Rain's going to eventually expire. You just bring out a Zoomer and you stall it out. So ultimately, I think, like, each member of the team complemented it really well. Like, the Sap Sipper was brilliant. Without the Sap Sipper, I think this game is probably so much easier for me. So that was a really clever tech that I didn't anticipate. And, like, if obviously I anticipated it, bringing in one of my electric type Pokemon would have been a lot better. But ultimately, yeah, that was not the case. So, yeah, really well played by him and really well prepped too. Definitely not what I expect to see like against a Buzzwole and a Azumarill, especially when you play VGC, because those are pretty common in VGC. But not something. I mean, definitely something I can take away a lot from. But I think definitely got to reassess free agency now, because yeah, clearly it's not been working out the last couple of weeks, and like the tools limit me to a sense because my opponents can come in with very specific prep specifically to deal with rain, and that's obviously a concern, especially this week because like so many of those were very geared towards the rain matchup. But yeah, great game to Gatr. Check him out. Link in the description below. Check out his perspective, and hopefully we'll be able to bounce back in these last couple of weeks. I do need to win all 4 now if I want to end with my goal of 500. So we'll see if we can pull that off. But yeah, thanks guys again for watching, and hopefully we can bounce back next week. All right, peace.